Okay, guys, it's 2 o'clock. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Thanks, everyone, for being here today. So, first thing on the agenda is there any additions to the agenda? Anybody, anything I left off? I mean, it's not a really big agenda, but anything else we want to talk about? Approval of the previous meeting minutes. I know the meeting was sent out. We got one approval. We got a second. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Any board member comments? Okay. If you have something to say, you're welcome to say it, Dave. All right. Tom, do you have anything to say?
We have a Meet the Candidates meeting on Monday at 6 o'clock at BVRC. Everybody is welcome. We encourage you to see the different candidates. We have 4 candidates running for 3 positions. And that's all I have to share.
Rick, I guess I'll turn it over to you.
All right. The big news of recent has been the Loch Lomond drawdown. We closed the gates on March the 2nd, and we are appear to be about halfway or a little bit more back to where we need to be. Quite a bit ahead of schedule, thanks to the abundant rainfall we got last week and even last night. So I believe I reported once before that we redecked the courtesy docks at Tyree and Stony Kirk. With the money we've saved on that project, we were able to do the Granton dock as well. So all courtesy docks related to the boat ramps have been recovered this spring, which is a good deal. Our POA Rangers have, it's still their slow time. They had 1,119 contacts for the month of February, 73 people, non-members removed, 17 contacts by boat, and 32 boat hours. That was for February. Compared to January, which was a much colder month, we had 966 contacts, 65 removed, 8 by boat, and 19.25 hours. And if you compare to February of 2025, we were at 965 contacts, 44 removed, 15 by boat, and 26 boat hours. Our grounds maintenance, as I said, have been working on those docks. We're going to kind of pivot towards doing some habitat improvement for the next couple days, and then quickly getting into building some additional kayak racks. We have at least 40 spaces that we're going to put in. We've got 15 going in at Avalon, 15 at Ann, 15 at Tyree, and if we can squeeze a rack in at Norwood, I'd like to put a small rack there. There's not a lot of POA common property that we can work with, but that is a very scenic lake with very minimal development, and so we'd like to get some there. As far as our staffing goes, we have our summer rangers. That position will be advertised real soon. Try to get folks in a little early this year so that we can get everyone trained up on the new fee schedule and point of sale system that we're going to be dealing with this year. Our fisheries and lakes ecology area, Lake Brittany got stocked with trout yesterday. It'll be the final stocking of the spring season. These fish were some of the biggest fish we've had for quite a while. They're averaging a little bit more than a pound, which is probably going to be about the 12 to 13 inch range. We're going to start very soon a mark recapture population study this spring for Lomond and Rayburn for the largemouth bass. We've been using numbers that say that there are 40,000 catchable size fish on Lomond, been using that, those figures for quite a while. It's time to refresh those numbers. And then we're going to work towards actively harvesting, encourage the harvest and harvesting of our largemouth bass to try to improve the quality of our fishery. We have our, I can't remember if this was done at last meeting or not, but our grass carp trap is in place at Tyree. And we'll be continuing our grass carp raffle in 2026, starting at the end of April. So if anyone catches a grass carp by hook or crook, they can contact my office and get a raffle ticket. We'll make a drawing once a month for $100. Also, Chris Fuller is looking for Secchi disc volunteers for this summer on a number of our lakes. We've had some people who could no longer participate, and
Do you know what the openings are on those?
I don't know where the openings are. I'm not sure that Chris was fully aware either, but he has had some folks that that have declined. We always have a secondary person, and he's not sure if they're willing to step up to the first position or not.
Okay.
But his number, and I'll give his number, his office number is 479-855-4472. And if you're willing to give us a hand with that, please give Chris a call.
If you send me a list of the openings, I can maybe help
Okay.
get some people lined up. Or at least some other committee members might also be able to pitch in or do something too. So you just know where the openings are, like if you send out an email or something to that regard.
Yeah. 855-4472.
Okay, thanks.
Rick, you mentioned habitat improvement. What is that? What is that?
So I personally had some cedar trees that I wanted to remove from my property, and I cut them and brought them to Lake Windsor, and Fly Tires have been good enough to bundle those together, and we're going to get those on the lake tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. Was there, and I haven't been down there, but was there excavation done in Granton, all that where the creek comes in, all that stuff had poured in?
Yes, all that has been taken out, and I don't believe, so there's this, when the lake is down, we're a lot more vulnerable to gravel washing in and getting further out into the lake. So we've survived these rains without additional gravel coming in, which is, of course, a good thing. We also cleaned out a shoreline fishing spot at Tyree. We dug it out 2 to 3 feet deeper where you can reach it from shoreline. Yeah, we're going to get some habitat put in that area too.
So once again, it's like cedar trees or just
In that area, we're actually going to use pallets and tie them together in kind of a teepee kind of fashion, and then take the cedar branches and kind of stick in that. That gives us a 3D structure. A lot of times with a Christmas tree and that kind of thing, they stay upright for a while and then they fall over and yeah, they're not as useful.
And that's going in Loman?
That's going in Loman at Tyree.
Okay.
when you said catchable bass, there's 40,000 catchable bass. What is catchable bass? Is that a legal length? Is
No, catchable. Anything that'll take a hook, so roughly 8 inches or above. Yeah. It's a lot of fish.
There's a lot more than 40,000 catchable bass in Oklahoma, I promise. And then my last question is the grass carp trap, which is awesome. I'm so happy y'all are doing that. How often, or what's the plan for getting in there and checking that?
So we'll check it ourselves about once a week, but I've got a property owner that's right there who's willing to give us a call when he notices fish inside the trap.
So I know you talked about the refill, we're halfway there, so based upon that, again, rain can affect could make it happen quicker, but based on current projections, would it be full in 2 weeks, or do you even know?
So we probably have enough water in the system because the creeks are flowing now, even though we haven't had, I mean, we had some rain last night, but we haven't had the real heavy rain for a couple days.
Right.
So there's likely enough water in the system that would completely fill it up, even if we didn't get any more rain. But you know, I would say we're on schedule for about 2 more weeks.
Okay. And then last year, or in the budgeting process, I think we got approval to do the Windsor Road, the dam road.
Yes. I neglected to bring that up. It's been done. It was done last Friday.
The road or the ramp? On Lake
The-
Windsor?
Windsor. I'm sorry. The entrance to London Landing, that where it always washes out.
Yeah, I did see
That's
that.
been done.
That's been done,
And the paving is on schedule for later this year.
and that's going to be for the where the dam ramp
The
is.
dam, the circle.
Okay.
And we generally, you know, forecasting exactly when that's going to be done is hard to do, because what we have found in the past is any of the POA's small paving jobs is better to piggyback onto the city and whoever the city has doing their work, and then they just get to us when they can. That has saved us quite a bit of money in the past.
That makes sense.
But late summer, likely,
Okay.
August, I think we have.
'Cause that Windsor ramp is, on the dam side, is really it's got a lot of potholes in it.
Mhm.
You mentioned you training the rangers for the summer hours and what have you. You said something about a new fee schedule. Are they gonna be able to charge people on the water if they don't have fees up to date? Is that kind of where we're leading?
So we'll be able to take credit cards
Okay,
on the spot. The fee schedule, or the additional fees that we passed later this year, we will be able to know if it's their first, second, or third offense. I guess it would be possible to collect the fee then, but we're not going to push for it.
so right now they can take credit cards, but that would be more for a registration or something like that. Could somebody register?
Daily use fees and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so they could, a ranger could theoretically take a registration on the water. If
Yes.
somebody has not done it in the office or what have you.
They have
Okay.
stickers?
Well, no, be able to do the daily use fees
Okay.
on the
Okay,
water.
daily use only,
Mhm.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they got everything tied in with the POA's website?
So we are supposed to be able to have a live version of the member list that would allow us to see what someone's status is.
Okay, any other questions for Rick before we move on? Okay. I don't have anything else on the agenda. We addressed the grass carp issue. We talked about the drawdown. We talked about fish habitat. So the one more question on the funnel trap. Would that be, once the lake fills up, you would anticipate that shortly thereafter we could go in and hopefully catch grass carp, correct?
I certainly hope so. This is a new process for me. We planted ryegrass, which started to come up really well. I have a feeling that it's going to be inundated with water before it gets growing too much. But we can bait the trap with alfalfa hay,
Okay.
and they like that. So, and considering that there's very little for them to eat in the lake, one would think that would be a good attraction for them.
You would think so,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah, the fly tires, they're organizing the carp thing. I mean, is that what they used, was alfalfa? And they said that it really brought them in really well.
It was just fish food.
They were using fish food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They looked.
but you get like one chance at them,
Yeah.
and then they spook off. But
Well, and that's the hope, right? Is if we go ahead, let's just go ahead and get some alfalfa ordered or bought or whatever, put it in the water, that smell is going to get in there, it's going to start attracting the carp in there, right?
Yeah.
And they can't get out.
it's
Hopefully,
harder.
hopefully,
it's
yeah.
hard to get out. It's it's a funnel trap, so if they line themselves up just right, they could get out, but it's difficult.
The smartest thing in the water.
Hey, Rick, how's
Yes.
the enhanced boat working out?
I'm
How's the enhanced boat working out?
electrofishing boat.
Yeah.
Wonderfully. We've had it out twice now. We got a really good sample on Windsor last week.
Good.
With the water coming into the lake, we were looking for sawguy. They move upstream to spawn. We didn't find any, but we got a lot of bass, And the good thing is that you can have a conversation with other people in the boat without raising your voice. It's just so quiet. It works really well.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, any further questions for Rick? Anybody in the audience have anything to say?
I have some questions for Rick. I'm taking notes to report back to the flight tonight. Do you want me to do that offline or?
You can do it now, just go ahead.
Okay. The habitat improvement, what lakes is that going into?
So the area that we created at Tyree, for shoreline fishing, there's gonna be habitat there. That's not in yet. The habitat at, I delivered 4 trailer loads of cedar limbs to Pontoon Park. And they've been bundled. Your colleagues bundled that together for us. We're going to get that put out tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned the size and weight of the Brittany trout. How many did you put in?
471.
Or 71? That's specific?
That's an estimate because they sell them to us by the pound.
Okay,
So based on how much each fish weighs and how many pounds, then you can extrapolate the number.
Got it.
It's close to 471.
and the 40,000 catchable bass in Loch Lomond, that's an old number and you're just updating that?
That's an old number.
How do you go about updating that?
We do a mark recapture study. We need to electrofish a lot of bass. We will make a fin clip of their tail, and then we'll put them back into the lake. And then we go back, say after a week, and we sample again, and we look for the percentage or the ratio of fish that we catch, and how many of them have a mark versus how many don't have a mark. And then you can use that and extrapolate the population. And
Makes sense.
really have to see a lot of fish in order to cut your error down, your error bars. So we're going to be doing going to be on the lakes a lot this spring.
Okay. The London Landing washout that's been corrected, what is that about?
It's we put in it was probably 20 feet or more, slab of concrete. It's an area where it washes out, but as soon as we fix one area, then the next time it washes out, it carves a new path somewhere else. So
This is on the ramp?
No, on the road coming in.
Oh,
It's about
okay.
halfway down. And
Okay.
so we just took all of that out and replaced it with concrete.
Okay. And the rangers accepting fees on the lake, that is for visitors or what type of fees?
For members.
For members. Why would members do a
For
daily?
members and their guests. Well, the most common fee we collect is the $6 per day fee that you have a guest card. We will have the ability to collect money for the violations, but we're kind of up in the air about whether we're going to encourage that or not, because there is the appeal process that a person can
Right.
make an appeal, but we will know if it's a person's first offense, second offense, or third offense. because we'll have
You have
member
both.
information, up-to-date member information. That seems to be working out pretty well.
My neighbors, you know where I'm at, my neighbors told me you were on their shore doing something, was that the electrofishing?
We were, that day, yes.
Looking
We-
for the
Actually,
saugeye?
the reason we were there, were looking for geese in that area.
We have some.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Sir, do you have anything?
Yeah, Frank Kennedy, Loch Lomond, Dock 64. Probably geared towards you, Rick, but, so buoy placement, are the no-wake buoy placements, are those GPS shot, or they just haphazard, we put it here type thing?
So we have not GPSed them to date. It's probably a good idea. We do have access to historical satellite imagery. And so if they get moved, we can always go back and see where they were and put them back where they belong.
So will you check them before the lake opens back up? Or do we need to request,
Do you feel like you have one out of place?
pardon, I'm sorry?
Do you feel like there's one out of place?
Yeah, the one on my cove.
Okay. I'll check on that.
Okay. And then at what point does the lake officially open?
It never officially closed, although you couldn't get on it. But we feel like we can get on, at least at Tyree, with our flat bottom boats. Our boats don't tend to require a lot of depth, but it's getting real close. And if you want to jump in, you've got the
Marina?
marina.
Oh, yeah, the marina gates on the lease dock are back open we open those on Monday. So the renters have access from the walkway to their boats. So they can.
So my concern
Summer
there
party.
without the lake being full, I'm in a cove where it's got steep banks. And every time the water moves up a little bit and it gets a lot of wave action, it cuts in. And then it raises up, cuts in again, raises up, cuts in again, and then it all collapses. So
You're talking about people being on the lake when
well,
the
we're
lake
getting
is
wave
below your
action
wall.
just because of the water, but when the boats come on, we're gonna get more wave action if it's not at least really at almost the full point, because it's hitting below our seawalls and everything else. And so it's just creating ridges and washing out. And then, you know, say it goes up 2 feet, cuts one ridge here, cuts another ridge here, and then that, it just collapses and it just continues to erode away because it's not hitting, you know,
Not hitting your
seawall.
wall,
It's not
yeah.
hitting where the rock is and the seawalls are. So I was just concerned about if we open up the lake prior to the lake being almost full, then we're exposed to a lot more erosion because of that.
To date, I haven't seen any trailers at our boat ramps. So I think we've been okay so far.
There are no new boats no one has brought their boat back yet. Of course, I mean, it's been open for 2.5 days, but.
Yeah, the most boats that I've seen is either the construction, ones that are doing construction, or the lake rangers. But now with the weather, you know, with it coming up a little bit more, I saw one the other day that it wasn't either one of those. So just concerned that if it opens up before the lake gets up to a level, we're gonna have a lot more erosion because of that, because it's just not hitting where it's supposed to
But
hit.
you know the lake's not closed. If you live on a lake and you kept your boat in the water, you can be on the water all you want. The lake's not closed.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure there's a solution. I understand your point, but we're kind of dependent on nature as to when the lake's gonna fill up. And I'm not so sure that there's really a solution to your.
I understand
to your
that,
issue.
I'm just saying the impact.
I understand, but it's.
And all I'm asking for is maybe some encouragement from the committee that says, you know, please be aware until the lake's full. that property's getting eroded. I mean, just comments from the committee out in one of the newsletters.
I
would be great.
have a newsletter I'm working on now. It'll go out real soon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Rick, one more question. Is there any update on the Fly Tire sponsored kayak launch?
That, after the kayak racks are built, that's the very next thing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Trey, do you have anything else? I know you spoke a little bit.
Big news is that the docks are back open. We've also posted the marina job opening on Monday as well, so we're taking applications for that. So if you know anybody responsible who's looking to have some fun this summer. But that's the big news for us. April 1 will be our open. We'll be on spring hours until Memorial Day, so that'll be 8 to 2 during the week, Tuesday to Thursday, and then 8 to 5 on the weekends. Once we open up, we'll take reservations for the whole summer too, anybody looking to book boats. And, you know, as we've talked several times, it seems like the lake will surely be up, so that when we open, we should be fully open.
When's the open date again?
April 1.
April 1, okay.
That's
Yeah,
a
hopefully-
Tuesday.
Hopefully we're up by then.
I think we should be. Plenty of time.
Okay, anybody else? Going once, going twice, meeting adjourned. Thank you.